Nana Kaga, who took us through a lot of amazing stories that actually helped young creatives that are female to understand exactly what are some of the hurdles they have to go through to be able to make it in life. Njagala bagamba nti ku Film Agenda 256 twagala twogere ku film business, ensonga ezikwata ku munnayuganda ali mu space ya film business, era nga mpeereddwa omukisa okuhostinga Brian Mulondo, who is the head of local content marketing at MultiChoice Uganda. Mujja tusonyiwamu ku poster twamentioninga title ndala naye nga his rightful title ajja gitubuulira bulungi, but is into local marketing, local content marketing. Then I also have Santos. Ngenda bakkiriza beyanjule gye muli musobole okututegeera bulungi nnyo. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Film Agenda 256 and I'll be welcoming my guests to introduce themselves. Yes, sir.
Greeting viewers, I'm Santos. Like he said, I'm a cinematographer. I'm a film critic. I'm also a member of Film Club. I love film as well. I'm glad to be here to interact with you.
You are welcome. Era tukwaniriza ssebo. Yes, Brian.
Abalabi ba Film Club ne ba members mwenna mwebala twegattako. Brian Mulondo era nga nze local content marketing manager ku MultiChoice Uganda. Buli kikwatisagana ne content wawano and also that is locally done mu countries endala from the continent.
Oh.
Era yenza kikwasaganya.
Good to be here. Twachazizza ensimbi. Africa is known of wechaza omusala omuntu w'amaanyi tandikirawo ebizibu. But amazingly ku Film Agenda 256 twagala kwogera ku nsonga ezimu ezitambula mu industry. Maybe to give a pause and open question. Perspective yamwe ku film industry weri kati olwaleero erichi as far as business is concerned, professionalism, skilling and everything. Yeah.
So I'll thank you for the question. I'll answer this question in from two different perspectives. Number one, as a stakeholder, as a content maker.
Yeah.
And number two, as now a leader in content production. So as a content maker, I think we've come a long way. One of the things I tell my peers is ekirungi ky'abaana Uganda tukopa.
Yeah.
It's a blessing in this case.
Yeah,
because when we see something beautiful, we are easily inspired to do that or even better. And you can see it in the content that people are working on. Abaana bataddemu sente okufuna equipment omulungi. You know, when I get on sets and I see the cameras being used, it's impressive.
Yes.
Yeah. But I think YouTube University na yeyambyeko nnyo. Abaana besomesa a lot. And people are trying to be the best, you know, they can be. If you look back at where we've come from, we used to watch, there were like two productions, locally made productions. So Ngolabang, maybe that's Life Mwatu, maybe Chigenya, and those were the only things out of Uganda. Yes. You know, Rock Point came, but now there's so much that Ugandans are producing, and you are also like, ndabechi. So I think we've done well. There are better ways now of monetizing content, monetization of content as a maker. Yeah, but from a now as a leader in the industry, I am very proud of the work that has been done. Kubakati the Pearl Magic, Nepal Magic Prime. If you look at the other content even across the continent, from Kenya, from TZ, from Nigeria, Ghana, DR Congo, all the other markets where MultiChoice is, to be very intentional on growing, skilling people, through the master classes, telling people how professional they have to be. We've got more actors in the game because kati industry again is becoming a professional. So I commend the industry.
Thank you so much. Yes, Santo.
Well, thank you. I won't differ too much from my comrade, but to me I want to say that the industry, the Chaleku baby stage, and this is my time to call all stakeholders where they are. I mean producers, executive producers, because at the moment the Uganda film industry, industry we lack script writers, we lack cinematographers, we have proven ourselves even at the lowest level. The industry has produced cinematographers and we have competed. So it is a sign elegant industry, a little ready, but at the moment, with a little research I know, is about capital or producers. So industry lacking our executive producers, our investors. At the moment, tufunye omukisa okulaba ku projects ennungi through multi-choice. And we have seen the beauty of this industry bwe mwajjamu omukono gwa multi-choice. You get?
Yeah.
Before multi-choice, we had individuals, people are struggling here and there, but still they have proven if we get this, because the film industry isn't something that is cheap.
True.
It is wide expensive. It is expensive. So to me, I believe at our baby stage, this is the right time okuyita abo bonna abasobola okuteekako omukono, because it's profitable at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And it gives a lot of money. Two, it employs a lot of people. And the returns, zisobola okuba nga ki insikulum. We have had movies that have competed on higher international stages. Movies like Tembele, you get. Tizigenzeyo naye nga bwe bakugamba budget yeyo movie neze compete nze nayo nevayo ngewangudde ojja kuseka. You get. We have had struggling film producers and directors like Samuel Kizito Sevia. The guy has proven atulazeeko nti it is possible nti singa tufunayo omukono oguli better ogw'amaanyi okukwata kw'abo abatono, trust me, we can become the giant of Africa.
Nice. So buli ali ku online, njagala omanye, send in your ideas on how you see the film industry of Uganda, kubanga kituyambako naffe awali wano mu studio okutaanya ensonga zino nga bwe tuzitegeera bulungi. The other thing I also want to tell you that the Uganda film industry erina weevudde, erina weeri, ate erina weeraga. We want to celebrate MultiChoice Uganda for coming up in a very strong way to support the Uganda film industry. Kubanga through your support, tulabyeko creativity, tulabyeko quality, tulabyeko the capacity abantu bano kyebasobola okukola. Then the talent factory that has also helped. Of course, bwe tutunuulira ebintu mu industry no gyefudde. In 2013, we had the launch of the Uganda Film Festival, which also has helped in the transformation of production. Production level has changed, and then we see young people being trained, and also it has opened doors for young. You see, mu industry ya Uganda bwotuuka ku level ng'abantu bagiyingira bagiyayanya omanya otandise making a statement. Yes. So Brian, on my first question, what is your main role as the local content marketing person at MultiChoice Uganda?
So I might sound philosophical. Naye munzikirize so that ensonga tugitegeere bulungi.
Yes.
So abantu abasinga abali mu industry, you're largely technical. Manyi okukwata kamera, nze mu editing teryansobola. Nze nkola makeup. Those are the technical skills. So if you ask people what makes you a filmmaker, they define themselves by the technical thing
or skill.
And I'm glad you've mentioned we need EPs.
Yeah.
Those EPs are the heart of your business. I don't care whether you are so talented gwokwatala ekifaananyi nga weebase wakuwajja kuma ku laptop
kasitoma tulina executive producer
because you can't make money. So my role at MultiChoice is wokola work wakuwa ina okufuna akatale. So my job is to find that katale for your work.
yes
So olaba ebintu nga Sanyu, we've invested a lot in marketing the shows because a good product does not just stop there. Yeah, kamba twaleko abalaba, you know, the movie Barbie. Yeah, if you watch that movie, there was so much done around the movie that even if you didn't like the movie, you were forced to go and watch it. In the US, you know, it's a theme for everything.
yeah
KFC introduces buckets about the thing itself. When you open an app, it's Barbie greeting you. When you are in a supermarket, it's all these elements. Music on radio, everything, all of life is about a thing. So those are the things we've tried to create with our shows. Nti buli wobeera olaba akantu akaliko Sanyu,
yes
Prestige, Beloved, Kampala Cream. Also, you interact with the content. Posing a not just tima nga toyagala kulaba shows ezo, but you don't miss it. And so I do that for Pearl Magic and Pearl Magic Prime, and then we also have locally made shows like Big Brother. We call it local content because it's produced. It doesn't come on a channel called Disney. It is produced locally in Africa. Between Nigerian idols, Abala Bakushaka Ilembe, it was filmed and developed, you know, in Africa. So I market all that content and make sure audiences watch it.
wow that's
Yes.
nice. Yes Santos obadde cinematographer okozeeko films ez'enjawulo and then you from your way to film club no picking up a critique. How do you find it in this industry?
Well, I think I'm not the first person in the
Yeah,
Indian
twalinako
film.
ba Andrew Kagwa ne tubeerako ne Babbule
Serugo.
Nathani Serugo, Moses Serugo. We've also had Sarongo. Yeah, we've had. Now you come in. Nze manyi ekizibu kye nalaba critique. Buli kintu balina kifunamu ekibi. Ningamba naye ffe kati tubeerako ddi. Kubanga I don't know if we are at the level where the critics are okay to come in. Oshegera, simanyi nga tuli ku level eyo nga industry because there's a time I saw the Nigerian industry yonge kiriza buli kimu kyekoze nekiteeka ku mpewo. I've seen that on actually on they have around 11 channels on DSTV. Kati ng'olaba nti balina level esookerwako ya beginner then middle but professional balina channels kati mwe musooke mumbulye mwe okuba buli kimu omulama guli kuki
Team tolinacho ngamba.
otegeera.
Well, nzikiriza ntandike ne kino wammanga nti film industry in Uganda erina omukisa that the main media tenagiwa attention. Singa egiwa attention the day Brian akimanyi bannamawulire bannategeera bundi industry, trust me good friend, ojja tandika okwewola emmotoka oleme tambuza bigere kulinnya lyo nga bwerizitowa mu industry because your name is big.
Yes.
Nti okusanga obusanzi ku border
Beewuunya ffe mmwe mututeeka ku pressure
which the music industry has reached.
yes
nti ffe ba critique tuyambako okwavinga checks. Obuzibu mwina nti when you make a film ogenda noonya Brian mukwano gwo akuwe review which is bad because Brian tagenda kubeera honest gy'oli ompulira bulungi
Ogamani okikubye.
ejagenda okikubye okikoze bulungi ate n'ofunye omukisa ofunye Brian ali mu media kale ayinza okubbirako but the worst is looking for your wife munoonya bakazi bamu aganda bamu and your family relatives
eno show nze ne host waayo onakyazza mu
Tokkirizibwa kutiisatiisa bantu.
so and trust me, tell your film industry ne bwoba onoonyereza nga bacritique tebalina role muyo. Ffenna walibaddeko ku Rotten Tomatoes.
Yes, Rotten Tomatoes, yes. Naye kuba buli kimu.
Comment eziriko wali nsomyeko bulungi.
Yes, but nze question yange eri nti we tuli wano twetaaga ba critique otukuba kwa mulimu abaana bemukuba ne ataddamu nakulaba mu film industry n'agenda mu nnyanja n'agenda mu busuubuzi.
Let me mark something that we have achieved as critics. 2 years back, there was an ell of just doing premieres. Yeah? Nga tebatunulidde a premiere ntufu bagikola batya. You get. So when I came on board, ne tukivumirira, ne tulaga into ekituufu kyakyo, twafuna ku movie nga Beneath Beauty nga bagezezaako premiering in a rightful way. Ne tufuna ku Mania, naawe mwennyini oli mujulizi wakirabako in a rightful way. You get. Because fe tukyalina ba filmmaker nga balowooza nti sente ze capital gwatadde mu movie ayina gigirayo mu premiere. Tukyalina ba filmmaker nga tebamanyi which people to invite for the first movie premieres.
Yes.
You get. Tukyalina ba filmmaker nga bwakola film, the only way of marketing is buying data Gaga weekend and promote that movie. Look for Brian, you're my friend, please post. You get. Ninga Brian, why say is a fellow colleague. See a market. Musinguzi, you making a movie and I come to watch that movie. Over to jitunze completely. I'm not your market.
Nze nino
kujiraba. And I'm a filmmaker again because. But what are we targeting Brian? What are we targeting Santos? To have a review about your movie. You get. So gacha mabaga. Jebujja.
Muleta.
I know Jebujja.
Mutisa.
Media, the main media stream. Ngazi understand the film industry have trust me. Never active of bosange match ndenga batambuza bigere. Do you know why we are not making money?
Yange tata kotani so. Imagine at 5-6 of course to get song na yo no mwana.
Do you know why we are not making money? Omugenzi tamale mirundi yagamba statement eno yankwatako nti ekisingo muluma omuyita okulaba filimu yo nga Santos kaneweleke example go brand is in your script nti mugagga bifeekera nga amuyitako ku street n'akakoma ndobuli lunaku you will not get entitled.
Olinga agamba bwe tuzannyanga tuvuga Lamborghini tuzivuge tubeere nazo mu real life.
Why do you think artists babula ne balabikira mu kamera nga baleka bulungi? Do you think they are living well?
No.
They are not living well, but batunda brand ndi mugagga, I'm good. When you are in camera, show labika audience check.
So
let me say this also. Yeah. I remember in one of the workshops that we did for filmmakers last year, I said this with a very strong tone in the room. Nengamba abantu, don't call me again to your events if the people in the room are you. Of course, abana ne bangamba katolozo lutuse uli wakabi bichi abayogera ne mwegeza ulizongo nembagamba guys, I didn't mean to offend you, but this is what I'm saying, that if I'm premiering something, I expect you to come.
Yes.
Because you know what I've gone through. Naye nzenga filmmaker ninakuyita market. So I told them,
the real audience.
Call your family members. Call your family members. Call your friends. Sell the content. Encourage people to come. Well, baja kujera bakuvume, but we start from somewhere.
Yeah.
But when you invite each other, I'm on those film groups, you invite us. Fire emojis. Well done, oh my God. Then you go to the event, and all of your 100 people, you know each other. We want those people who are building apartments. betwetaaga mu room.
The bankers, the
Lwaki
finance.
omusajja buli kaseera azimba party n'ozimba mall ate nga nekimoolo kirabika bubi yet eno waliyo sente. So one of the things I'm very passionate about is to help filmmakers know that you can earn a lot of money. I like what Santos was saying. You know, tulina okufaanana we are now we need critique bajja tuyamba getting an industry to the point where you have to walk the talk.
Yeah.
Music industry ekikoze nze borrowing new examples from music ate I want to congratulate Eddie Kenzo nti wadde abantu bakuvuma but you've walked the talk. Kati tugenda kuteeka obuntu mu mabaala fe abafirimu tusirise. We are quiet and we are part of the shouting tomanyi luzungu naye mwana wange tolina sente zegulirayo ka javas kati atayogera luzungu muveeko because again I'm going to use some of this and for some of you kiyinza okukunyiga but fire with, we are trying to do the work in you know among us. Wotunulira, you know, good friends of mine, but every time I see them I be like the man one of a guy, they represent what film should be. The Nabuisos.
Right.
So they produced Sanyu with us 4 years, longest running series now in Uganda, 888 episodes.
Wow.
You know, so when you see them and you meet them, whether over the mall over what, ogama why? Or when they post on Instagram, you know they are traveling here. That is where we should be. Nti omuyimbi ne waba tafulumiza luyimba ne omuyimbi tosobola kulaba muyimbi nga ali mukuta nfudu he's sweating unless he's really struggling. Omuyimbi ne waba tasobola kukyafudi nga afiirawo.
Yes.
So that's why for me I say I personally see some improvement in this journey, because there was a point where we saw people on stage gamani yo star naye ne mudirayo mwena mu taxi naye kati olaba abaana abamu they've improved, they dress well, you know, balabika bulungi. Waliwo ne bendabye bagejjede ku series but it shows growth.
Alangira
mwana muzeyi nkujjukira
abasenguke nansana
Because of
that's an industry growing kati
kati asula nalya
basula nalya
banya
just
naye nga byebyo ebibala
Yes.
byetwagala okulabako, and I think for me I'm very very positive that tujja kutuukayo.
Nice. Yes, kufima agenda 256 njaa kwebaza bonna abaliko Consulate. Thank you so much for connecting. Nakanjako Mzei Bwanika, Code Nation, Buga Wood Films. Thank you so much for connecting. And then Mzei Bwanika ine chibuzo naye ngenda chibuza mu sessions ezidako. Semanda, thank you so much for joining. Yes, twagala okutegeera business ya film. Brian, you've been in this space both practically and then now in a space where you can actually lobby for finances to support the content. What is that one piece that is missing? He talked of the EPs.
Yes.
But then also, you've also helped to professionalize the industry. Struggle singa kubeera wakati nga bwolaba industry weri wawe tumisinga, because one, we have producers that have not actually embraced the screenings, the cinema theater release. To me as an exhibitor, appropriator, I think that is missing. I've also had a one-on-one with filmmakers where you literally see on a struggling okutegeera business jalin. Because in your first submission, why you get the nogamba, we are too much of the technical part, which is very true. Buli omu afuba okulaba nti alina akantu kaga nze ndi editor, nze ndi sound designer, nze ndi biki, naye ne tumisingawo ate competence siri endala. So what, from your angle, kyolabira mu industry no, ki ekyo ekintu kyolowooza ekimisinga mu sector yaffe?
So I'm glad to talk it about EPs.
Mm.
And so we need people who have money.
Yeah.
As take right? Because usually filmmaker yatekamu sente mu film ye. I've had stories of filmmakers who have gone on to get loans from banks.
Yeah.
I you know, the story of Kafako, you know, yatekamu sente. Nafuna loan, nakola very fantastic piece. But those are very few. Abasinga osonda mpola mpola paka ofuna sente. Nokola piece. I think number one, tukyalina audience yaffe tetukkiririzaamu.
Okay.
Bannayuganda. Kasita omunnayuganda agamba bya wano. Me, I don't watch Ugandan movies.
Your mindset, why?
Me, I don't watch Ugandan movies. At MultiChoice, when I joined, I've been at MultiChoice for 2 years. I stopped people from using the word Uganda. Nze ffe tetukiyina ku MultiChoice. What is Uganda? Uganda is associated with bad work. Era, please, I encourage you, stop calling your work Ebinayu. Echinayu is a representation of bad work. You can quote me on this. Eh? Uganda. We don't use that at MultiChoice. I refused it. I said, guys, you call it Ugandan content, not Echinayu. Kubanga omuntu alina sente, please note my words. Abalina sente, they associate Echinayu to poor quality what? Work. So Echinayu works for people who don't have money, who you don't need at this point. You want people with purchasing power. Bebo, abantu abasasula, for example, at DSTV, people who pay DSTV compact and app. Omuntu okuteeka package abaina kasente. Abantu abakozesa DSTV in hotels. So one of the things we have done is to get local content channels on hotel packages. Wetugamba Serena nti ojja kozesa DSTV mu package yaffe mulina okubeera mu Palmagic ne Palmagic Prime. Kubanga omuntu aba scrollinga n'alaba CNN ne Super Sport asobola okuddako ewalala n'alaba local content. So njagala tutandikira awo. Let's rebrand this thing called Uganda. Tukijewo erinnya eryo nze limpulirika bubi. Like, I don't want it. Ebina Uganda. And you know who spoiled that thing? Nigerian movies. Nga, if it is a dialogue, Musinguzo muwulira, Santos tomuwulira. When the camera is looking at Musinguzi, wowulira. Omanyi oti Nigeria. Do people still call it Nigeria? Do people still call it
Nigeria? Nigerian movies, Nigerian films.
Nollywood,
yeah.
Nollywood. So let's graduate from that thing, number one. But number two, woba okola film oba series, think 360. Kubanga abamu kufe to stopping at post production. Think marketing your movie.
Yeah.
Which partners do you have? Tufunye omukisa, you know, I see here African Union. We have people who are into culture.
Yeah.
Creative arts. To be very deliberate about selling in those spaces. Naye filmmaker, if you can afford, nonya business development manager. that nga wandise script omuntu oyo abeera involved from the start.
So he looks at the commercial value.
N'atunulira commercial n'agamba naye omanyi Musinguzi firimu eno nnungi naye wenteeka mu Santos because Santos alina value bweti alina value bweti alina value bweti when agitwala mu sponsor jagamba you have who I'll support.
Character development.
That's why blockbuster movies look for those main guys.
Yeah.
Nti Queen of Katwe, you mean there are no actresses here who can do better than Lupita?
Of course they are.
Kyo bandi kikoze na bulungi
Yes.
nnyo.
Nnyo.
Ze in fact nawulira n'obusungu ng'ayogera ng'Omunayuganda. But the business manager says Lupita is a global brand. They will sell my movie.
Yes.
You know, what's the name of the other gentleman? I've forgotten his name.
Those
Those are global brands. They've been in blockbuster films. They will, you know,
they
sell.
open some
Even
books.
here in Uganda, we have some guys who womulabamu ba Odeke. Ugamba, eno film erabika. Abe, eno film erabika. You know, those Mississippi, Masala, sometimes in. Those are the things that people think about. So tandika n'omuntu nga funayo omuntu nga yalo akola ku kya business. Asobola okuyiiya ne mukolamu ka product placement ne muleeta all these sources of,
Yes.
of income. So for me, my problem is that our audiences do not appreciate because of the things we call our content, the names we give our
Or it's
content.
mindset.
No. The same people are watching content from Kenya. The same people are watching content from South Africa. The same people are watching series from Nigeria. So people know, our customers know what is good. Naye ekintu kasita oyongera okiteekako erinnya erikissa wansi gye kisigala.
Okay.
Gye kisigala.
Thank you so much, Brian. Yes, tukyali ku Film Agenda 2561 ku National Theatre nga twogera ku film industry. Sooka ombulire ku kizibu ky'osanze mu film industry right now nga kitulemesezza okutambula okukula.
I think Brian ebimu abyogeddeko, but nina muganda wange Andrew. Most of the times tukola script reviews. And obuzibu obukyasinza okutuluma era obujja okutuzza emabega ne tunafuna ba EP tulinamu okwongeza ku kya Brian tulinamu kye tuyita character development. Kati Brian atulaze nti wetagayo someone agenda okutunda movie, but now waliwo nekye tugamba character development. Can you develop a character?
No introducing eri akatale.
Kikyendegeeza mu character development tutandikira ku script level down nti ogenda kumpandikira Musinguzi nga mutuufu ne poliisi ya Uganda egenda kera kumakyo erowooze ku kyokunoonyereza ku Musinguzi. Have you ever watched a movie ngoyo guy tumwagala nga Brian simwagala nga ne bwomusanga mu real life musanze ku National Theatre ga Lion niwe simwagala like actually a romantic movies bakina ekintu ekyo bamanyi okukola character nga bw'omulabye olabye ddala mwenzi obulamu bwe nnyini. Waliwo n'omusajja gwe bazanyisanga olugambo nze ne buli lwamusanga ne mu kkubo ndabira ddala nga kasajja kalina olugambo. So that's character development. Last year neewaayo obudde okulaba ku Korean movies because there is also ku Netflix. This year ngamba let me watch African content. Kati nenzuula nti Nigeria and all these other countries batusinga tojja kwekanga nti they can build a character. Trust me, I've been watching most of the movies because movies in Uganda watozitindidde mu UFF oyinza okutafuna opportunity kola ki oziraba. So kati nfunyeko omukisa olaba ku movie
Ekyo nakyo si kizibu.
Nawe tujja tukawo. So it's either nzitegera ku Power Magic or UFF. You get. So you look into a movie ononyemu character. Fete tulimba n'okulimba because there are things we can't do. First of all, we must understand it. Abalabi ba movie yaffe bakonsuming ati they are open now to the world.
Yes.
2, what is our culture? Ompulira bulungi. You can't say Brian, the way we are doing love issues in Uganda is different from Kenyans. So you can't force accents in the movie. That is one. Unless intend to ngera nja kitegeera nti ono akiforce nze
awataddewo embeera
butereevu. 2, the way of living we relate to kyovola bakizeeyo ku kina Uganda nti agenda kirireetingamu agamba. And 3, if you have to tell a story about HIV, totumalira saawa namba nga tuli ku siriimu, because awo twavaawo dda. Do you know that you can watch a movie ng'erina segments 3? No, like segments 3 is a storyline. But the main issue is about HIV.
Yes.
Naye nga mu HIV omwo mulimu abayi bali mu kubba bank. So omulabi wa violence agenda beera omwo. Omulabi wa law mu mateeka agenda kulaba the same movie. But the essence is about HIV. Let's say onalwanagana ekimubisa mu bank ufuna sente oba kugenda kukyusa musaayi. You get? Naye ngeri ya sirimu byonna bituteereddemu, but focus not driving in a
there's a series called Adulting. It has a man who is who does carjacking. You know, it's a very common crime in South Africa. Yeah, he steals expensive cars, but they made you even support him. Agenda zibe because he's trying to save his daughter.
Definitely.
They made the crime so attractive. Let
me give clear examples for another to money. Most Ugandan filmmakers, they also know Money Heist, it's a family movie, not a heist movie. Much as to remove bank ababa, but it's all about reunion and family. You get Transformer,
yes.
And the movie what am I feel?
Fast and
Furious. You get, those are all family movies. So there's a movie apparently for the viewers' sake. It's called The Judge. You get, film eyo aba now look the market boy bajipima. Aina the low people. Olinga yagala mateeka. Aina security people. Olinga yagategeera bya security issues.
Yes.
Then aina mu obusosoze. Tribalism mu mawanga. Nti like a red Indian obo muwalabu awanga alira mu America. You get. Nachikulagira dakati gwobo ina element y'obusosoze n'owulira nga oli activist ngo buli ddala kibi kye bakola biri not be focusing on the market tagiteeka ku kintu kimu. You must spread it because at a moment people don't have time to sit for hours. Alabe sirimu, alabe sima mama wange yanchawa, sima yomukazi yanchawa. We can have a love movie nenga tutulaze kiss or sex. It's really romantic.
Do we as an industry have a culture of telling Ugandan stories, or does our Ugandan industry have a culture at some point?
We do. Let me give you a clear example.
Brian yagambe tuli balungi mu kopa.
True.
Era ne mu film school bakugamba at least kopa paka lona perfect.
Simanyi oba mushene tusobola okuwa examples. Oyinza okuba baganda bo batyene kulwange bino bigambo byange si bya musibe.
Ku film agenda 56 ebigambo byonna byogerwa ba guest byabwe.
There was a movie I watched called Passenger. Ojijukira. Ekyanuma mu Passenger otuwadde script ya bomu mu bus. Ompulira bulungi. But tutuwadde tension. Musinguzi. Bwobukyala ne batugamba nti kati muli mweno mu office naye afulumaawo bomu ng'eyatika. Ng'omanyi nesaawa zino tuyana. The pressure nti olina okuteeka ku pressure too.
Yes.
Could you create some film neggwako nga tonda zina tension ya dereva avuga basi ng'erimu bomu. Recently mu film club watted the movie ya muganda wange. Just that nti tetwasobola wa reviews. It's about ebyenono and magic. You get. There were no strength in characters. Lacking a strength okundetera okubelieving anti there is supernatural powers. You get. Nti olusi tugwa ku story ate ne tutuzijjayo nga bwe zirimu okubeerayo.
I think ekyo kireetebwa half-baked stories nnyo kubanga abantu tebakola research at some point.
2 and 3 nekizibu kyetulina is called arrivalism. People think they know. You get, trust me, filmmakers batugenda wa Brian or you or me to consult because baga Brian yeraga but Brian alaba movies you must be able kuwuliriza bano balowooza ki then also look into what you have. Kyekyo kyokka, otherwise nti ne tunafuna ba EP ne ba investing mu movies naye nga because kitandikira kufeera ku storyline.
Okay, thank you so much
Alex
for tuning in.
Mukulu, sorry to interrupt you. Alex Mukulu said it best at Katolo Wama's funeral service. 21. Alex Mukulu n'agamba, we need to create more universal stories. Kati bw'oyogera ku a terrorist bomb. That's a universal story.
Yeah. Terrorists are
about
everywhere.
terrorism,
Yeah.
right? So that was a fantastic storyline, but you need to develop it to the point where someone in Eritrea wagira bagamba, you guy,
Wow.
you know, my mind goes to ambulance. Ambulance man mwe guy nali nfa nengamba choka bulijjo obuvuzi bwa ambulance buli serious. You know, we need to create universal stories that anyone anywhere can, when they watch it, they are like, that was a great story. So I think let's develop those things. Well, how come we accept them?
Maybe at some point but anyway tugende mbadde njagala nnyo okwogera ku kigambo ekya illegal content.
Yes, sir.
At some point sometime back like 2-3 weeks I saw a letter by MalChoice complaining to UCC about the substandard operations in the streaming business. And there also been an experience of stakeholders complaining there's a lot of smuggled content or illegal content broadcasted everywhere.
Yeah.
So you find a Ugandan that is competing with a new blockbuster that is showing. I've seen a film that is in cinemas showing on one of our local channels. You as a local content, man, I love the title now. I get it. And Katichino Chibuzo Chicho.
Yes, sir.
You as a local content marketing head at MalChoice Uganda. Where is your position in fighting these smuggled goods, apart from the letter you wrote to UCC?
Mwatukubye nabalabye. But the first thing I'll say this. Where is my camera?
Pick that one there.
When you switch it, you tell me. Are people watching? Are they filmmakers?
Yes, some are filmmakers.
Yes.
Yeah, but mostly are filmmakers.
Let me say this to you filmmakers. Shame on you. Shame on you. Ekyo nchogeranga Mr. Mulondo. Ate nchogeranga MalChoice. Shame on you filmmakers. Mwanswaziza nnyo.
But yeah.
Because those are the signs that show that we don't understand what we are doing. The industry.
Business of this industry. Yeah.
That's why I tell you to open your music industry. Abasajja bali mu kwerwanako. Film music industry eri mu kumitinga Mr. Museveni. Fe tuli awo. The first daughter makes content. Naye tuli wano tutudde. Era mwami Musinguzi, I charge you, please bring the first daughter on this platform. I challenge you, sir. If you want me to be on the other side of the panel, I'll come. But she owns a production house.
Yeah.
Wali omuntu mu first family ayimba? Museveni, you want another round? Okay. But shame on you. I saw you filmmakers mwatandika buno bu TikTok pages where you are abusing stakeholders in the film industry. You do not understand the danger that piracy has to the industry.
On the local market, yes.
What you're saying is this. Afe batuma da commission katika bakiwulire. Nkubye nnyo.
Brian Zaga onsekese ku show yange bafilmmaker balowooza.
Bayuze kati
birowoozo by'abageni.
Lulimba dendeega kati ngenda bayuza. Guys, piracy, let me explain to you piracy, what it will do. If I commission Mwami Musinguzi to do a series, 250 episodes, Mwami Musinguzi wakuwe muteka ku Pearl Magic Prime. How do I make sure you continue producing when subscribers pay money?
Yeah.
Sagala balimba business yaffe eva mu subscription. Osasula package okuva ku mutwalo gumu n'ekitundu n'okwambuka. Now, when you ogula buno bulinki mbu mitwalo 5 nga tulaba buli kimu kasita okagula bwoti Mwami Musinguzi obo nze multi-choice obo nzigyeko subscriber,
yeah.
So I come back to Musinguzi and I say, Munanga auntie, I'm not getting money. So I'm sorry, your show will end here. I'm sorry, you submitted your movie, but the channel has closed. Maisha Magic. Alabako omuvubuka omu, Maisha Magic oyaggalawo n'agenda ku TikTok ke. Omanyi tebakyalina ssente. I thought to myself, look at this man. He's speaking from a point of lack of knowledge.
Not knowing chikubaye.
And that's the reason why I didn't reply. I was like, I'll forgive him for being ignorant of the effects of some of these things. Abantu bagula ebintu bino tetusobola kwongera sente mu industry. Kwa tetulina wa kuzijja. So, yes, obuza ku substandard
yes.
The major point here, guys, is piracy. Piracy. Chobola abayimbi bali mu kulwana. Nyimba zaffe lwaki bazizanya nga tetufunyeemu. Lwaki film industry? Why aren't you? Lwaki muteeka UCC ku nninga egambe free to air channels. So free to air channels are local channels.
Yes.
NTV, NBS. Bano bonna abalaga films illegally. You know them.
Yeah.
You know them. Put UCC on the thing and say, what, these people should not show content illegally.
Yeah.
There's the 70% local content. Sibalaba mwe ba filmmaker nga mwogera. Sibalabako bananimbye. By the way, if I'm lying, you tell me.
No, you're right. Actually, not only that, but also things affecting our industry in general. Filmmakers tend to step back. Oshegera. Ntino wabogera kwa artist nga issue ya artist. Let's not go far. Issue ya copyright. Oshegera. Filmmakers, they never want to say anything.
You don't want.
Oshegera.
Yeah. So I encourage you. This piracy thing. Nsobola okolayo omusomo sebo. To meeting and we teach people how do you protect your rights as a creator, but number two, what are we doing? Tetwagala naffe kusiba abantu chokola tusose netugamba UCC, these are the things that are in the market. Tetwagala kusiba, we want to teach so that the audience appreciates, but the main drivers are you guys, are you filmmakers, are us. So that abantu tebagenda ne bafuna bulinki.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yes, I know this is not a political platform. Njagala ku encouraging filmmakers. Twamatekako kamera yange. Kile kintu kinyiza nnyo. Nsaba filmmakers. Tutuule ffenna wansi. And we have one united voice. If we need to take a petition to Parliament as filmmakers, let's go and say we demand 70% local. We are the only channels in Uganda that broadcast 70% 100% local. In fact, for us, we do 100% local content. But you are also, some of you are the same people who are attacking us. That's not fair. When we give you some little money for your movies, you say, abo bamanyira nokumanyira bamanyinze, I've been in the industry for 25 years, you know, I've won awards. But when we give you some money, it's not tukunyoma. It's informed from a business perspective. Kubanga tetulina sente za kuwa, sente zivayo. Kubanga there are several other people who are stealing from us. Tutegeraganya.
Yes.
So nze nsaba twekolemu omulimu. Let's start speaking as filmmakers.
Thank you so much.
Ng'abayimbi bwe bakoze.
Our Film Agenda 256 is here every Wednesday, 8 p.m. I want to thank Eunice. Eunice, thank you so much for tuning in. Agambiembu, Uganda has some of the most amazing human stories. It's time we start telling them to the world. And then Rolling TV, Ugandan content can't be a product name. It can be music, theater, can even be poems. Sikutegede. Ronin Kalwo, thank you so much. Nagamba, thanks Brian for standing up for Ugandan content. Aluta bana Uganda
continue.
Then Irene Namata says Mr. Mlono talks about Sanyu and the Nawisos. Kindly share some box office records and their film market worth. Ebya jabbi but San
Kankogere kati.
Kaliwa records.
For Sanyu.
Yes.
Sanyu is in our figures. Sanyu is the third most watched piece in the multi-choice universe.
What? Muchiwulidde Sanyu third most watched. Santos
in the entire multi-choice country.
So they've done ideas on how.
This mukube ku ngalo.
Guys, nze host Brian ababuzabuza. Santos ntoko mbulire ku gundi ku ba filmmakers Brian agambye kugula links. I have seen literally a filmmaker who is also a film club member ngagamba mu group. Guys, nonya ku filimu bweti ne bweti. Waliwo ina kalinki downloading. I told this guy, are you seriously a business filmmaker? Are you a film producer? Ononya link ku downloading a film. Kati encha bwokola film yonga teri aju akuwadde sente ngo complaining. So lwaki mukikole ekintu ekyo? Kubanga Santos nawe wakasi subi okula film. Amateeka
critique agula.
Agula ono ba ajinoonya n'ajabira obwerere.
Nega ganasasudde.
Anyway, before that, Nzikiriza, I send a big shout out to the Nawiso since Brian information because the fact that Sanyu okubera third watched content almost in Africa.
Yeah.
It's a big mileage.
Yeah.
So Bambi, Nawiso and the family, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Echo kachiraga cheche nagamyeko nti we have everything.
Yes.
Just to enough polishing out netubanga tukola.
One Magola, two fantastic pieces.
Magola mukwano gwange oyo era nze project we bati wangude ku UFF mpulira obuzibu myamutimu Magola. Yachimanyi yangamba ko ojja kuncha yagana n'abantu bange ne mugamba. Anyway, the other thing is oyina kyoyogeddeko ekya filmmakers obuta enyigira mu I think tukyalina issue ya theater culture. Nti musenguzi director ninamuyita taata mama sina kwogera okwekunyiza okwekunyiza ogomba filmmaker because kinyiza nnyo nange okulaba emitwe emikulu mu industry, the actors, directors, producers, scriptwriters, that there is a lot that is happening, but they were so engaging on that. But recently, for critique tumanyi nnyo kwagala okuvuga ekibozibozi ekiba kiriwo so that industry bamwe embozi waliwo yali agamba boycott UFF. nali nsuubira industry okuvaayo ne bweba tweyawudde mu bibiri, it's okay. Apparently music industry eyawudde mu bibiri. There is team federation, team no federation, and the music is flowing. That's what the fan base wants. Mpulira bulungi. Come give out your views. You if you know what you want, immediately these people are very understanding. There are so many times when we film such as to meeting and to get kale tokubanga nyo boto.
Naye yali akubeza abane yasooka kubera kutinga.
Izo mata balitakiriza mitu bya UFF. Same goes to Mount Choice, but I meet them and we sit and discuss because at the end of the day, audience cheyagala. Abatali mu industry. Now back to the question. Zendo was kino ekintu kya piracy twemekikakanya to honor filmmakers. Now tukitwale ku katale.
Yeah, but me I believe it begins with you. Kitandika kino kyaffe ddala.
Truth is tukiteke ku katale. Why? Because ndi wa mugisa nti ngosa DSTV wano Uganda.
Toyogedde bwogezi lwa kuba bani wali.
You can check records. Ngosa DSTV Nairobi.
Yes, sir.
Ngosa DSTV Accra. That is where our family is. So at least money on all the packages I keep on paying. Now, the essence is recently on Twitter. Twagwa ku kiwandiiko ekya UCC, and some of us we were shocked because nali mbiwulira mu rumors. No, it was okay, but we were shocked okumanya nti there are people that access DSTV package esemberayo ddala ku mitwalo 4 mu Uganda. You get, and live upon the links. They are decoders, Chinese decoders. Ngosasula emitwalo 6 no accessing DSTV package. And trust me, to every Ugandan wachiwulira agenda opting for that. Why? Nti DSTV Brian, understand me.
Yeah.
Like this. Packages as a DSTV in the market. Few people don't even understand Ramuiramu. Most Ugandans were subscribing for the following.
Yes, no, nisha rolo abagenda ku multi-choice wa station yona nga yalina channels ezayagala bbiri ezo z'amanyi
wendaga nti asasudde compact plus because ayagala kulaba mupiira and Power Magic. Abasinga tebamanyi na bino nti mutuwerako Smart 30 TV channels mu Full HD. Ye asasudde kulaba Nat Geo, asasudde kulaba Power Magic oba omupiira.
Yes.
You get. Kati wafuna option ya something slightly below agenda ku running for that. Why? Because those decoders osobola connecting ku DSTV dish. No bango accessing. In a business way, sichigeza ko chiwagira. But now in speaking from the ground.
Yeah.
Bali abalala balowooza because be balaba Power Magic. Be balaba Sanyu. You get. Bo baagala ki. At the end of the day, nti ogenda kwekanga nti bakugamba nti packages za DSTV nga zili too high. Truth is, Brian Ayachiman, listen, Brian Ayachiman nti as a sister to zenjogeddeko Uganda, Kenya and Ghana, nti Uganda prices are a bit higher than the other countries. You get. But maybe with tax that comes with the government, you get. Now the essence with DSTV, now why are people resorting to this and also online platforms? You get. Kiza to Ghana at the moment, we are in a country where there is now technology and is growing.
Yes.
You get. Everyone has a smartphone, everyone has a smart TV. Nti bwagula data wo GBM asobola okulaba omupiira tulanda n'agimalayo ku smart TV with those linked illegal channels. You get. So it is a role that has to be taken between the two. DSTV as DSTV to first understand the market and the economy.
Do you think they don't understand it?
Malayo went. I know they do understand it, but also listen, my brother.
Sebo ngambira kushaya ayisa.
No, because
just conclude that.
njagala kwogerera
omuntu ali
customers.
Manyi bulungi nti Brian, that's the salary eveeyo muffe abagenda okusasula compact plus blah blah blah. So my message to the DSTV right now is also to look into the market. That is one. Two, also ask lwaki people are now opting for these. Tugenda kakana nti oli ekimusasuza obudecoder mwana watu ndo boba kuwa ku mipiira gyokka. Tebakuwa channels zonna. Basobola ne bakuwa ku mipiira gyokka. Oba entertainment, mipiira ne music. So toba na channels ndala.
Shigezo obukozesa.
No, with the research. Na risika manyiko. With the research. I would love to opt for want tokens to sobola government can guarantee tokenda kabira. I was told in sometimes we're losing a signal, blah blah, you have to invest in
DSTV is so break and operate.
Definitely.
Definitely.
So
Brian
so my message to DSTV, let's look into kakanya kubisale kichitono and also to the government. To the government, please government. The entertainment industry in Uganda can represent this industry more than the tourism industry. So for us to have a good image of Uganda, tusale ku misolo. Tusale ku misolo. Because bana Uganda chibadusa options ziri endala, it's because the packages that DSTV tebasobola za affordinga. At the moment, maliriza ngamba nti the population of Uganda, 80% are now youth, earning between 150 to 700 per month. Omuntu oyo ayagala okulaba entertainment, and that is football.
Abo beba kola no.
Package ya DSTV etandikibwa okulaba Premier League. I think that is compact.
Yes.
Now with compact, mutwalo 11, you get how many Ugandans can afford that monthly plus utilities, that is electricity and water, plus also rent. Inti erogenda kakana chitutwala political.
Wow. Okay, thank you so much, Santos.
And Santos, on that note, that's why we've created, an alternative platform, Showmax. You download the app, kubanga we recognize tikati ebintu biri
kusimu.
So shows ziri ku Showmax, shows ziri ku DSTV catch up, right? But abalaba omupiira osobola okulaba Showmax. You can do Premier League Showmax for as low as 15,000. Yeah, not have a because we see there. Yes, of course we continue to come up with ways. But abamanyi, content is a very expensive product. It's a very expensive product.
Yeah.
Premier League rights are very expensive, right? So we try and do the numbers. And there are a couple of things that are coming starting 1st April. Those are mpita.
First April.
Mpita mbigulira abantu because of the things we want people to watch content. Tetwagala naffe ku producing our content nga teri amulaba. So we are doing something for the customers. It's all about so kulaba this content cheaply.
Thank you. Yes, film agenda 256 tusigaza edakiika 15 but online tuina abantu aba Vibe Films agambye thanks guys, is it possible to have a chance on the market? We are premiering okay, they are premiering their film is called Gunsinze on the 11th April at Theatre La Bonita, so go watch it. Then Mark Luzinda says, I have a question for Mr. Mulondo. Is there any chance for MultiChoice to buy back feature film on your channels? Thanks for your service. And then Semanda Deo says, thanks Mulondo. We filmmakers have completely failed to support ourselves. You find someone who has posted something on social media platforms, be it business or anything, but without a single comment. Aziz Nagamba, when you weigh Azam and DSTV is low because you enjoy soccer of other leagues at 30k, all soccer leagues apart from Premier. Aziz ono yomukuba wagira Azam, okay. Awo Wonders Nagamba, awo to me, I don't watch Binna Uganda. I watch Ugandan films. Havi Nagama, it's the Ugandan mindset that's why majority will opt for the Chinese decoders. Aziz Nadam Nagama, DSTV is not serious. How could you get in any expensive business when the same government is supporting free to air? Really? To make matters worse, their packages are expensive.
Is Aziz a filmmaker?
Yeah, Aziz is a filmmaker. Aziz
I'm serious. It's the other thing. So people like Aziz talk like that because they don't have the knowledge. They don't have they lack information.
Yeah.
But people like Aziz can never make money from film because alowozanga obati asimanyi. Because Aziz, you should be telling people to pay
subscription
so they can watch. So when Aziz attacks, even if you go to Azam, Aziz, I don't know if you have content on Azam. You go there. They have a local content channel. You go and sell your content. And please come back to me and tell me what they told you.
They can't come back.
No, we have to be fair. And I always tell filmmakers, you go to our competitors. Sometimes they are buying content. Go and sell your series. Please, I will even come with you.
Brian, chechiwa waliwe okubanga muri expensive because you know
we have the moral authority.
Brian.
Era nekino ekintu kyogeza maanyi kubanga mmanyi nti ekintu kye tuliko tuli serious ife. We are not here to play games. Yeah? Wetukuwa series okugiproducinga. Tetugamba musinguzi be the designer, be the makeup artist, be the driver. No. We tell you musinguzi go and hire people.
Yes.
Your job is being the producer. Be the producer. We are professionalizing. Tuli serious kuchintu chetuliko. So Aziz should be telling us, guys, this is, I think doing such a thing can help reduce the price of the packages. But Aziz, chechiche madengamba, Aziz yanibadde avayo n'avumirira ababba copyright z'abantu bakola because we're producing a movie ne batagiraba oba ne bagirabira obwereere ajja kwevuma industry before you know it agenze kuba kyeyo. That's my problem.
Sandos, you're saying something shortly.
I think Zechenasabe Murondo nti please tukiteeka ku filmmakers because 90% of the filmmakers tebalina DSTV.
Lwaki tebalina?
Otambuddeko mu maka gaabwe.
No, that's the mere fact. Oli omulaba mu ssanyu n'omubuuza bye mwalabe nga terabirali yakomye ku set.
Package.
Leka twogere mazima.
Yes. But that's because we are building abantu batandise okufuna ku sente.
Kituufu.
Yeah.
And DSTV is not cheap. That's the reality. Mu economy ye Uganda. Two, kye tulina okuyambako DSTV. Preferences zaffe no once as the market. Actually, nze sisanyuka nnyo kusanga filmmaker nga tudde ku Power Magic alaba film. No. Nze nsanyuka wensula. I'm always happy nga babinyumiza. You get? Naina neighbor wange nyumiza Prestige. Because yandabako nga ndi ku UFF ku TV kati buli lunaku alina okunyumiza kibeera kuli eri. Neze essanyu lyange alabira ddala bambi abaana abo nga ba star. Angamba are you sure mubeera omumanyi? You get? Kati ze nkirabya ddala nga that is the richness of this industry. Wetwagala. So filmmakers to watch DSTV whatever, that is nonsense. Twetaaga the other market to understand. Reality is mu Uganda waneeno. Tewaliwo decode egenda kuwa range ya DSTV gyekuwa. Let me be honest with you. Sikuba kalangu. But honestly is buli filmmaker yetaaga DSTV on the following. One, to benchmark abalala bakola ki bye tutakola. Do you know that when Brian Simanyo beno Jimanyi, it was called Akura. It was a series on DSTV in the hospital. kati nga ekyanyumizwa giraba
Just,
my wife is a doctor yeah, in Kenya kati nga abiraba nnyo
yongeza kutubuza.
so motivating okuba nga abiraba because she's into that line.
Yes.
You get
Medical.
definitely nti a filmmaker in Uganda, you need to sit on those channels to benchmark bantu batusinga ki. You get, and it has a range. One, Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa, Congo, Tanzania, Kenya. Ogenda kulaba more than 20 channels nga ziri about your content. You get, before these other nkunyonyo denti nakoze research kubuno obisima Benin. They are only giving you emipiira, but they're not giving you the brighter way of it,
okay.
The brighter content. Thank you.
Okay. Film Agenda 256, thank you so much for everyone that has commented, asked a question, and keep watching Film Agenda every Wednesday. Tubeerako sawa 2. Brian ngenda kugala na kino ekibuuzo.
Yes, sir.
Streaming channels ziva side ne side.
Yes, sir.
And also wondering what was the industry affair, namwe ne business again and maso. But again, one question that I want to come from Santos' side, then dropping it on your side. Tuyina ekintu cha brands, household faces, like you just mentioned, the Nawisos and what. Nigeria started long time ago with some faces, 15 faces.
Yes,
Is promoting, and is pushing. We saw that in Hollywood. You get, and they raised value, and now we can see Nigerian Nollywood films. Nga tobuza na kubuza Ramsey alagawa. Jennifer,
you don't care whether they are there.
But I've also heard it in rumors of pipelines. The DSTV teyagala over and over, bringing a series noletera moon. Ate noleta feature ngeroli same face. Doesn't that affect the industry? Ngovudde ku business model yamwe. Doesn't it affect the business of this local filmmaker?
So let me start with that. We need to grow talent.
Okay.
Customer feedback jetufuna nti oyo tumulabye nnyo. Olaba kusawa 2 olaba Santos nga mugagga. Kusawa 2 kitundu n'omulaba nga mubbi. So you're like, naona buli kimu yakikola. There was a point where people would say, Mr. Mulondo, ye buli program yakikola. So you can think okola nnyo, but customer chimu affecting, but customer behavior is very difficult to tell. So ayinza okweyogeza ekintu bwe kityo, so as the talent ogamba nchikuba naye na switching off. If you don't know, you can Google about Kevin Hart.
Yes.
He's now going through a thing.
Actually.
Because they see him, he's the most hardworking man in Hollywood. There's too much of him. You're like, but who is this man? Naye twagala kuza talent, guys, so that producers can have a range
of talent to speak from.
Yes, so you're right. When we are looking at these shows, tugamba omuntu ono yakava mu series eno. Leta tumuhumuzemu for a year, and don't be fooled, guys. Hollywood does this too.
Yeah.
Teri kintu kye tukola that we just think of out of the blue. We also look at.
But is it because of the market shifts? So bad kumanga nebuuza ekintu ekyo.
Naffe tulina responsibility. We have a responsibility to the industry. Nti twagala kuza. I'll give you an example. Mu Beloved was produced by Nathan Magola. Omuwala yakola lead role bamuyita Faith Chirabo. She had never acted. Never. Not even mu MDD. Feno wachi twali tuyimba ziza unya wabula twayimba enyimba ezo. Naye omwana yalitazanya nko film. Anything. Even Sanyu, Catherine Namugenyi.
Yeah.
Yalitazanyangako. So abaana abo ne tubajjayo. Several have come. Kati naawe w'omulaba, because you've been seeing a daily series. Some of you think we are just looking for celebs, but we have made those stars.
Yeah.
We have grown those talents. So I think for me, also the audience might be nti they are looking for people, fresh people.
Yeah.
Nti bano betulabye for such a long time tubamanyidde. I like how Santos has put it. Now, who is Genevieve? When was the last time you watched a movie with Genevieve? When was the last time you watched a movie with Mr. What's his? He came recently. Osita Iheme.
Yes.
Well, you don't care really, because Nigeria has been very intentional about growing talent. So we are doing that.
Thank you.
About the streaming services, nze, I think it's an opportunity for film. The more of these streaming services, video on demand services come, it's an opportunity for us. Kuba akati MultiChoice bwetatwala your show, osobola gitwala ewalala. So I request filmmakers, be alert, listen to what is happening. Yeah, Netflix has not yet started taking content, from here, but Showmax we are soon rolling out to Uganda. Umuwulira opportunities ezo nga tuziranga. Come.
Okay, yeah. Thank you. Yes, Santos, shortly.
Well, sijja kwawukananyira na mulondo kyagambe, but nze n'ekibuuzo eri about the viewers. Naddala abalwaizinga eyo question nti lwaki DSTV esaba faces empya. My question is, kankole kale ku movies emumanyi, when Squid Game was released, bazanyi bameka be mwali mumanyi?
None.
That's character development. That's character development. When Minor Haste was released, bazanyi bameka be mwali mumanyi? That's also character. Kitwogerako nti your weakness as filmmakers temugiteeka
ku muntu mulala.
And two, do you know that at a moment Genevieve is one of the most expensive actors?
Yeah.
Netalabika. Okulabika kwa star ate kumudevaluing.
Yes.
You get? It's just logic. At a moment, goes of hiring Abe Muchibi Chetaksa Sentiment. Be honest.
I may not know exactly.
But it is hard. You get? Because talabika. Two.
Era lwazze
Butev.
ng'omanya.
You get? Ne project zalimu zi making a sense. But it doesn't make sense. You are in between us today with Nathan Magola. Encholi mukapapula with Swaibu. Bovudda watu okomyoko kale wakizito Samuel Sevilla. Bovudda watu diddeyo ddala eri wansi. So nga maliriza, please and please, not every project is yours. You as an actor, look into ngenda kulabika ddi onkulya bulungi nvaako ddi, because at the end of the day you will be on demand.
Yes.
You will be on demand 100%. So I want you guys to go and watch movies, the new Nigerian movies, that is Soft Love. You're going to find change ogerako character development. They are new actors, but bw'obalaba towegomba kulaba Genevieve.
Yes.
You be like,
oh,
wow.
Right, that's film.
Akatereke kasebo.
For you,
Akatereke kasebo. Jaya mulabe ku Showmax, a series called Housekeepers. Every season had a brand new set of actors.
Oh yeah.
Every season. There are 3 seasons.
Even Akura Medic.
Everybody died in the series.
Akura Medicson.
Bona bafa. Naye mwe temutta bantu. Ekisembayo. Mwani Musinguzi, the last time I came to Film Club, I challenged filmmakers to formalize their businesses.
Yeah.
Go and register, because every production house that is worth its salt, they don't deal with individuals.
Yes.
They deal with companies. I know mutya VAT, naye VAT ina amateeka nti unless oyingiza $150,000 n'okwambuka tosasula musolo. Genda owandiise kampani yo. Kubanga ffe MultiChoice tetujja kuwa Santos ng'omuntu. You must be a professional registered company. Please go and formalize now.
Yes, that's an advice from MultiChoice Uganda. Shortly,
my message to actors, naddala abazanyi actors, please, you have a chance oyina rights zo to deny a script. Kibi nnyo ng'obadde oli mu ssanyu. You get? then n'olabikira mu seri ngeri 30% below salary ebe kusudde. So please, you have a right n'okubuuza marketing strategy ya project eyo muve mu biri eri mbu director itaata ye mama is not helping you. Please, you have a right. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Our guests have been so amazing. Tubadde never guests ababadde very, very amazing. Brian Mulondo, please tell My Choice Uganda we want support for this show. We want to reach so many filmmakers, so many film lovers out there, because this is one of our talk show among the few actually ezogera directly ku film yes. So we love you so much. Thank you so much for coming, and thank you for the support. And then we want to encourage every filmmaker out there, please engage in the affairs that are happening in the country as far as the creative economy is concerned. Copyright is moving right, left and center. You need to engage. Ask yourself, mweba filimu wa wemuli. Then also I want to encourage young people that are into the space, research. Educate yourself about this. We have the University of YouTube. We have Talent Factory by My Choice. We have so many. We have Film Club here at National Theatre. Right now as we speak, we've had a short film being premiered at the National Theatre. Free entry. It's about health, reproductive message. It's very educative, very short, 15 minutes. But it has pulled a lot of young people. Amazing. We love you so much. My name is Stefan Sings. Master classes are free on Talent Factory. So engage. Go out there. Use these gadgets and never spend 6 hours on TikTok without being educated on something that you really love. Actors out there, keep drilling, keep doing drills every day. Give 30 minutes to your talent. I love you so much. My name is Godfrey Msinguzi, the host of Film Agenda 256. I want to give a shout out to Connect for Africa, and then thank African Union. Want to thank Uganda National Culture Center for giving us space to be able to have this show. Thank you. Love you. Happy Women's Month. Don't forget, every Tuesday, Film Club Uganda is hosting a creative female producer in film or writer, makeup or costume every Tuesday 5:30 at National Theatre. See you next Wednesday.
Amanya n'eddoboozi nze Ntongo Flon. Christine Sende.
Mwanje Steven Kabarana.
Serunya Anes Kadu.
Eno program bagiyita Film Agenda 256. Enganze nnyo.
Sawa beach relax.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Brian. Yeah, Aziz Wano was putting a lot of question. Production is done.